Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our channel. Today's video we're going to talk about if you really need an immigration consultant or not. You might be wondering why I'm at such a location where we have all the leaves right on the ground. I want to show this video in the outdoors so that you can see how wonderful autumn weather looks in Canada. This is going to stay like this for a couple of weeks, so we want to enjoy the best of the views Canada has to offer. In the meantime, stay tuned with us. I'll be back with you. Alright, so before we go on with the video, I want you guys to go hit the like and the subscribe button to make the YouTube algorithms happy. When you do that, what happens is that YouTube realizes this is a good video and the information shared in this video is going to be helpful for a lot of people. So they show it to more and more people. So do your job. Destroy the like and the subscribe button. In the end of the video, I'm going to give you a tip. If you have that tip and use it properly, you may end up saving thousands and thousands of dollars on your immigration application. So let's get going on with the video. So before we go on with the first point, let's have a quick look at some of the videos I made about the autumn weather so that it makes you feel better about Canada. The first point is, once you decide that you want to come to Canada, how confident you are with the immigration system and how good you know it. If you know there are multiple ways to come to Canada, you can come here as a student, you can come here as permanent resident, you can come here as a refugee. So you gotta understand that if you know your program, what's actually required of your program, and you have done your research, you went to Immigration Canada's website, CIC's website, you know everything. Then you do not need a consultant. But if you have no idea which route of immigration you are going to take before you come to Canada, then definitely you should invest your money in a good immigration consultant, because if you do the applications incorrectly, they might bar you for about 5 years. So you would not be able to come to Canada for that long of a time. So make your decision properly, understand the immigration system. If you do, it's very good for you. There are multiple people who have done their own applications, which are very easy, simple applications, if you know them all. But there are multiple people who get denied every year for coming into Canada. And that's because they do not do the application properly. They do not understand the system properly. Just an example is that if you fill your application for express entry and you choose a wrong NOC code, that can hurt you so badly that you cannot change that code once the application is in. And after that, you may get denied entry to come to Canada for a very long time. So be very careful while making this decision. Alright, so moving on with the second point, you got to realize that once you understand and decide which stream of application you want to do, how confident you are with doing these applications yourself. So pretty much in all of the streams, the application process is not a very simple one. For example, if you are applying for a study permit, there is a piece of paper which you need to write, which is called statement of purpose. That actually makes or breaks your application. If you do not know how to write it, 99% of the chances your applications are going to get denied, even after you get your admission from the college. So it's very important that you know exactly everything, how to write the application properly. And if you are not confident, then obviously invest some money, get a good immigration consultant, because at the end of the day, once you come to Canada, you will start working and everything. You're going to make up all of that money you are going to invest. Don't think of it as a money being wasted. Think of it as money being invested for a better future. So understand this properly. Make sure you know all the application processes. If you want to go do it yourself, go to cic.gc.ca, download the application package, download the checklist, go through the applications and see if you can do it yourself. If you can't, obviously there are so many immigration consultants which can do that for you. And now I'm gonna go to a website and show you where to exactly find that if the immigration consultant you are hiring is a licensed registered consultant of Immigration Canada or not. We call it RCICs. Let's go check it out. Okay, so to find if the consultant you're hiring is a legitimate one or not, we need to go to ICCRC/crcic.ca. This is the website for the Immigration Consultants of Canada Regulatory Council, and it's the regulatory body which oversee the whole operation of the immigration consultants. So they make sure that the people who are getting the license, they go through the right education, they write the tests, and after they become the regulated consultants, they make sure that these people are continuously upgrading their knowledge about the immigration department. So if you go scroll down a little bit, over here you will see that there is a section where you can find the public registers for the immigration professionals. So when you go to here for learn more, you will see that you can actually check and find the immigration consultant based on their names, their RCIC number, and their company name, and all sort of things. So if for this example I am going to search for a registration number for one of the immigration consultant I know, his number is R406647. so if I put this number in the RCIC number section over here and hit search, so this will come up as his name, his status, his contact details, and his identification number. And if you see that the status over here stays active, that means that the person is still a licensed consultant and he is paying his dues and making sure his information or knowledge on the topics are updated regularly. So he's in a good standing with the RCIC. If you see a status which is not active, let's maybe find out what other different status is. Leave of absence, resigned, disciplinary resignation. If I want to go check number of people, I do not see any. Administrative suspension. See, there are a lot of people, you will see that they are suspended because of administrative reasons. So these are the immigration consultants I believe you should stay away from, and only deal with people whose status over here shows active. So if you're ever dealing with any immigration consultant, make sure you get their consultant number from them and come to this website and check if they're actually legitimate or not. Alright, so now that you know how to find out that the consultant you've hired is a licensed or not, let's move on to the third point, which is kind of very important for a lot of people, that is how much money and how much time you have. So situation one is that you have a lot of money at your hands and your family is willing to pay for all of your expenses to come to Canada, maybe as a student, and they don't care paying a few $1,000s to an immigration consultant. So there's no question to ask, just get a good consultant who's licensed by ICCRC, and you now know that how to find out that if the person is legitimate or not. The second situation is that you do not have a lot of money. In that case, what you do is you go on cic.gc.ca or canada.ca and find out how to do those applications yourself. There are a lot of documentation which will guide you through the application. They have something called document checklist, which will tell you all the documents you're going to need. So go through that and start preparing your documentation. And if at any point you are facing difficulties, you can actually join online forums which will tell you that how to do those applications properly. And the third one is that you do not have a lot of time or you do not have a lot of money. That's where the problem comes, because at the end of the day you have to spend a lot of time in doing those applications properly yourself if you want to do it. Make sure that there are resources available to you, which are many YouTube videos which you can watch on how to do those applications, and you can even speak to a lot of people who have done that themselves, so that those kind of resources are always available to you. Okay guys, so now I'm gonna give you two examples of when I did my application without an immigration consultant, and when my sister and my brother-in-law, they filed for their permanent residency, they had to hire a consultant. So the example is when I did my application, a bunch of my friends were doing their PR application at the same time, and they hired consultant in the ranges of $3,000 to $6,000. But when I did my application, both of them did their application previously. So one of them gave me a copy of his application. So I kind of went through it and made my application according to that. And ended up going to an immigration consultant to get my application checked. She charged me for 2 hours of consultation time, which was about $400, and told me that there were a few things I should change in my application, which I did, and I did apply for the permanent residency, and I was able to get it. But in my sister's case, she initially applied for immigration to Quebec, and because of a mistake by the immigration consultant, they did not end up sending the documents to the immigration department, and her file was cancelled. So then she eventually applied for permanent residency in express entry. But at the moment, what happened was her file for Quebec was reopened, and she wanted to do the file for Ontario in immigration express entry. So what happened was there was a dual intent. So it was a very difficult case for any immigration consultant to go through. So we had to hire somebody. We paid for that whole process, and she and my brother-in-law has been in Canada for about 1.5 to 2 years now. So those are two examples when we did the application without an immigration consultant and with an immigration consultant, and hopefully you get some idea in cases where you need to hire somebody and where you can do it yourself. And at the end of the day, if you're looking for any immigration help, I have a lot of good friends or mentors, I can say, who are into immigration and who can help you at very reasonable prices. So if you're looking for anything like that, leave your comments in the section down below, and I'll be more than happy to get you in touch with those immigration consultants. And if you like the video, if you like the information we are trying to provide to you, make sure you hit the like button and the subscribe button, and also hit the notification bell, so the next time I make a video, which is again, I always try to make sure that I provide some good information to you. If you like the video and you want to see more and more of this channel, hit the notification button. And thank you very much for watching, and stay safe, please.